Alright, welcome back to my channel. Are you tired of manually creating static web pages? Why not automate the process and build dynamic, feature-rich websites? In this tutorial, we'll dive into a fast, flexible, and scalable step-by-step guide to building web applications. We'll leverage the power of Python's Flask Framework, Jinja tool, and Bootstrap to create a robust and visually appealing site. Starting with basic Excel spreadsheets, transforming it into a dynamic website, and exploring key features along the way, like consistent styling, user-friendly navigation, and efficient data handling. Now, let's walk through this magical process step by step. We start by setting up the project directories, static and templates, folders, as well as creating a virtual environment, which is basically a folder with packages and other items specific to our project. Then we create a Python file, import Flask, and make an instance of the Flask class. We use a function to read our CSV data into a dictionary and store these dictionaries in a list. We are leveraging the CSV library which is built in. We then iterate through this Excel data to populate our data structure for this project. For our simple Flask app, we already imported Flask and rendered template libraries. We get to use these modules, or rather we get to use Python functions to return or render an HTML template. Then we pass the entire dataset or a specific dataset as needed. We use variables as well as converters to securely build user-friendly URLs, which are useful for redirecting and routing our web app appropriately. Next, we create our HTML templates, which leverage our base HTML template for consistent styling, utilizing block inheritance and overriding. This is where we link our static user interface files. This also helps us to have consistent navigation headers and footers. The index file, the home page, extends the base template, overriding the title and contents in the main part of the body element. This main part has multiple sections with dynamic content generated using Jinja tool module. We can iterate through all our data and pass that data to the HTML which we pulled earlier. In the same light, the series.html extends the base template. There's no need for another header or footer, but we have access to the specific series data that we accessed earlier. Just like that, we can populate the information on each and every one of these series pages. We use Bootstrap for styling, the navbars, the accordions, the tables, the cards, the containers, you name it, all from templates or the content delivery network. This makes for smooth user experience and a fine-looking user interface. So, to recap, in a nutshell, we start by setting up the project and the environment, creating a simple Flask web app, and then moving forward to create a multi-page template, as well as rendering dynamic content on both a single template or multi-page template. Now, we need to leverage Bootstrap to build amazing front-end user interfaces and also leverage the use of the static files that we downloaded and set up from previous projects or from a particular use, in this case database and so on, or data per se. Now we can create dynamic navigations, dynamic content styling, both the header and footer, and leverage base templates to make our layouts consistent throughout the web app. Finally, we get to import and process the Excel data, which can then be passed to the template for our use. Once all of that is done, we then need to just make sure our app is secure, optimized before deploying it for particular use. So there you have it. In just a few simple steps, we have transformed a plain old cluttered spreadsheet into a dynamic, sleek, and interactive web app. No more endless scrolling and manual calculations. With this approach and a little bit of magic, the possibilities are endless. Any spreadsheet, no matter how complex, be it in finance, education, community-based, personal or business, project management, data analysis, portfolio, e-commerce, or social media, can be brought to life on the web. If you're looking to streamline your workflows, impress your clients, or simply showcase your data in a more engaging way, don't hesitate to reach out. Let's work together to turn your spreadsheets into stunning web experiences. Subscribe to this channel for more tips and tutorials. Like this video if you found it helpful. Share it as much as possible with your friends and colleagues, and leave a comment below if you have any questions or suggestions. Most importantly, start experimenting. The power of creating incredible web apps is in your hands. Here is your prize. The next video will be a live coding of this entire process, from the Excel file, setting up the project environment, building a basic Flask web app, all the way to the multi-page web app, passing all the data and displaying it just like you see on here. It's going to be 2 sections, 30 minutes each, and it will be very thorough. So stay tuned and I'll catch you in a few minutes.